everybody, it's me, Trader Max, and let me tell you right now, this is amazing. What you see behind me right now is just a great group of people. We are live on the Shogun here on the 14th of January, 2025. I don't even know what to say. This is going to be probably one of the most beautiful things that I'm even lost for words, right, at this point. But what we got happening behind the scenes right now is that we have this great crew of people from the retirement coin. We have Dougie, we got No Hat, we have some Shillers already set up for the show here today, and we're just going to have an awesome time. I'm joined by my two favorite co-hosts, Crypto Quentin and Amos Burden. How you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic, sir. Super happy to be here with all these fantastic communities.
Absolutely. And as I go down the list here, we're going to begin. Somebody says they lost audio.
It's
what
back.
is that? Lemonparty.tree, Amos.
Oh, that was a bad joke. Let's try to see
please,
the URL.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. So does everybody have links? I mean, this is our first show that we're having multiple panelists, so please bear with as we kind of get out there into the world. We're streaming through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 X's at the moment, which you can check out over on our channel as well. We should be in there live. Make sure that you're pinning that to the top. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to pin to the profile here for me. Beautiful. If you're here and you're watching, so we're going to begin here in just a few seconds here, just like a space. We're going to get out there. Already 66 people in the stream, main streams, all streams and combined here at this point. I'm making sure each one of you panelists, which we'll get to do a quick introduction with each one of you here in just a minute. Make sure that your X's are all filled out and ready. We just hit 80. We're just climbing. It looks like my electric bill, my electric meter on my house right now. It's just climbing all over the place. But we have just, and I'm like stuck underneath my banner up to the top left here. But we just have so many great people down in the panelist system here, and I can't wait to get everybody into the network. I'm going to remove you from the stage. So there we go. Aha, there it is. Perfect. All right. We're going to start a quick intro, right? And we're going to go from there. Let's begin. Oops, I'm supposed to be over here. I'm supposed to have all this stuff lined up already. And go figure. And let's see here. Let's see. Soundboard. Okay, here we go. Maybe not. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. What about this one? Nope. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yay for bad things that happen on a show. This is awesome. 111 people. That's like, I push the button and it doesn't work. This is where the real power comes from, right? Holy moly, is absolutely right. So many things happening right now. So many good things happening. We got a few people down for the shilling just about to start. All right, let me just begin by telling you that this is something that's never been done. There's no super panel system out there that puts us out through all these different X's. We just hit 135 viewers here at this time. You are tuned in to the Shogun Gun Show here, and we got some great panelists. Our show today is brought to you by our main sponsor, which is called Panther Pilot. It's the Shogun Web Forge system. Super powerful. We're going to go into a major shill with that later on in the show. But as we get down the line here, were we able to hear from No Hat? Does No Hat, you got mic capabilities there, No Hat? You can come out for a second. Not yet. We are joined by No Hat, and we're waiting on mic controls for him. But we do have a couple people. Like I said, we have Crypto Quentin. Amos Burton is our co-host. We have Dougie from Dougie on Soul. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. It's glad to be back and up on this panel. I know when we were first getting started, we used to talk and be in spaces and a lot together. I know we've both been grinding on our projects, so I appreciate you having us up here today.
Yeah, it has been a dog's age, no pun intended. Well, maybe a little. But yeah, we lost track because there was a lot of stuff happening. This stuff happens, right? This is crypto. But I'm glad you're still in the space. We're going to come in and do a major show with you here in just a moment. But also on the panel today is PD from Retirement Coins, the CTO. Major, how you doing today, PD?
I'm doing amazing. Sunny here in Silicon Valley. Thanks for having us on, Trader
go.
Max. It's been great
Hey,
to start building up a relationship with you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was introduced to the coin a couple of weeks ago, or a couple, actually almost less than a week ago. And we just, the comments are just filling in here. Just so many great things in store for our communities as we merge them together in our networks of Shogun City and the whole thing here, especially in our show here. We just hit 200 people, 197 people watch the show. It's climbing like nobody's business right now. We have boy, it is just going like you wouldn't believe. If you're watching for the first time, this is Shogun Gun Show. We're joined by Dougie on Soul, the Retirement Coin as panelists, and No Hat, if you can ever get his voice into the system here.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, good job.
Finally.
Finally, it's on. Nice job. Welcome. With No Hat, how you doing today, buddy? I really do appreciate you being here.
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to this panel, to be a panelist in this amazing show.
Thank you so much. You are definitely welcome being here. Now, listen, there is a lot of stuff in here. Moderators, you know, if you see a comment like this, it's time to click that shit right out of there. I don't know what all that is, but if it has to, you got to click it, right? So get it out of there if possible. We are eventually going to need some moderators for the show and doing all that stuff. So Amos and Crypto Quinton has his hands full. You might be the one in the hot seat today, Amos, to be there. Now, let's talk about the show. What is the Shogun Gun Show and the Shill, Chill, and Alpha? Well, just like it says, the first part of every hour is Shill time. This is where we get to talk about the coins or the communities that you guys are representing. And first and foremost is the panelists in front of us. You are putting the heavy lifting into this show right now. We have a pretty good following, but all you guys, Dougie on Soul, the Retirement Coin, No Hat, you're all in this network. Super powerful. Now, there's some great shillers that are down below as well. And so we're going to be bringing them up during the shilling time of the hour. But my panelists, you're really here to provide your knowledge, your trust. You're going to get plenty of time to shill. We're going to get plenty of interview time on air as well. This show is going to go for how long this show is going to go. I'm going to make sure that we get to every single panelist and every single person here to shill. I don't care if it takes to 4 o'clock in the morning. But we are here to do just that. That's the first part of the show, each hour. The second part is the chill portion, where we'll be talking about all kinds of things in our world of crypto. Today's topic, okay, is the TikTok world and how much should we put into it before, because today's the 14th. In 5 days is supposed to be Ixnade. So we want to kind of fill in the panelists to help derive that process. And then the final part is the alpha. The alpha is what it says. It's about alpha, but not about concept alpha, right? Like, oh, I want to be on the moon tomorrow. We are talking about things you already have on your DevNet or your server that you're building or that you're working towards, an NFT collection that you already have artwork on, anything like that, but it has to be alpha. It has to follow those rules. And trust me, I'll call BS if I hear any just conceptual stuff in there. I know the difference. All right. And me, your host from Shogun, Trader Max, with over 20 years worth of experience in trading and formatting and learning about technical analysis and fundamental analysis. I'm here to look at the charts and look at your communities and help gauge where I feel you guys are at. Who am I in that world to tell you what I think? Well, I got some experience in this thing because I've seen a thing or two as well. Down below, the shillers, as they're here. When shilling time comes, you got about 2 to 3 minutes of solid shill time, right? But I'm going to interject at times if I feel like we're getting a little bit lost around the corner here, right? But I'm also going to try to keep it in. Don't take anything offense. I'm never going to say anything rude to you. I don't FUD. And so I try to keep that in the shillers too. Be positive. Have fun with it. Be expressive. But also be clear in your talk and make sure you don't go background noise. If you get an excessive amount of background noise, I may stop the shill at that point because we got a lot of people to get through. So when the time comes, you may be asked to stay, or I may have to ask you to jump out, but don't worry, there's always another show just around the corner. 316 people here on the Shogun Gun Show. And we're going to start. We've done some introductions with some people. And I want to make sure we're going to do a couple of Shillers first in the Shiller position. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to bring up one of the panels. So we'll do two of the Shills, and then we'll bring up one of the panelists. The first panelist that we'll be bringing up is Dougie to come in and talk about what he's doing with his coin and his network. And again, the panelists will get a couple of minutes to be able to talk. But remember, there'll be more time during the show to kind of really talk about your coinage society in the chill and the alpha side as well. But so who's up first? We're going to give the person who's been sitting in here for like 45 minutes waiting and hanging on, and that's Saipei. Saipei, how you doing, buddy, from Weird Coin?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. It's good to have you on. So you're representing Weird Coin, which is awesome. I really do appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, okay. So Weird Coin is built around the Weird Core manga art of a 17-year-old Etta Madison. Her art is inspired by the 4chan Backrooms thread, and she interprets the entities that are found in the Backrooms with original Weird Core art. Etta is really amazing. She was accepted to Shichian Fine Arts University in Taipei for illustration, animation, and fashion design at only 16 years old. Our community is on day 32. Weird Coin bonded off of Pump Fun in day 17. And yeah, it's a legacy project to help Etta build her career, build long-term patrons and art commissions. It's a community-driven project. It's an extra slow cook. The Weird community, it's like an internet party. It's made up of mostly devs from other projects that love the originality and poise of this 17-year-old dev, Etta Madison.
Wow.
Etta speaks both English and Mandarin fluently, so we like to say Etta is the meta.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Etta is an extremely effective speaker in X Spaces, much better than I am. She captivates the audiences of X Spaces in both English and Mandarin spaces. Recently, Weird Coin was featured on the latest issue of DeFi Times, issue 32, and we partnered with Meetzilla. Degens can go and vote for Weird Coin daily, and she's commissioned by Cats of Crypto for an NFT project that will help children at St. Jude's Hospital, and another NFT commission for the Chill Life meme coin. So she's really, really busy. She also streams every day, creating new art on Twitch, and that goes into the pipeline for our content. You know, in our community, we already have a lot of people that are building content on their own.
Wow.
Just a really strong community to start off. And I have some alpha for you guys, if you're
Absolutely.
ready.
Yeah, please shoot away.
All right. So we are releasing 13 of the one-of-one NFTs. Etta has a manga. She has a YouTube channel. And we are releasing the first 13 one-of-one NFTs. You can find them on exchange.art. And you can learn about us at WeirdCoin XYZ. I encourage everyone, this isn't financial advice, of course, but you'd be doing yourself a big favor to grab a bag and, you know, get in early. We're only 32 days old.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing. I love the work that she's doing. I think you guys are going to be a fun project to work with. We definitely want to hear from her as well. It would be awesome to have her on the show regularly through the process. You did a great job. I really do appreciate it.
It's 2:15 a.m. here.
Yeah, right.
I did wake her up and asked her if she wanted to speak, and she was wiping the sleep out of her eyes, and she was like, "I want to go back to bed."
There you go.
She does work hard though. She grinds.
Well, we eventually we're going to have some later night shows, so it'll be like really early in the morning for you guys. But Saipe, I really do appreciate you being here. I know you have a whole story in the process. We definitely want to reach out and do an interview with you and with both you. For everybody a part of your network here, and I want to make sure that we have some good time for you as well. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, so you make sure you check them out. I'm going to drop you back down, and we're going to bring up some other people here. In this world, there are so many stories from the network of where people are at, and there's some real intriguing stories of life and prosper. There's just so many things that are happening in this world that need to have good attention, and that's one of them. And I appreciate Weird Coin being here today. In our network, just to give you an update, I'm going to do this quite a bit while we're doing this show. Shogun Gun Show, you're watching the Shogun Gun Show. You're here. There's 453 people here in the first 17 minutes of our show. Thank you so much. This is an all-time high again, in this first 15 minutes, but an all-time high for basically any show that we've done. Last week we did a show, it had 560 people, but it took all 3 hours to get to that point. Here we did that in 17 minutes. So there's a deal right there, which is pretty cool within the process. And my boards aren't working. I got to get my boards working. My sound boards aren't working at the moment for some reason. But listen, lots of great stuff. We're really getting things going on. Lots of comments in the room here. Every once in a while, if you get something, my co-host, make sure that you can click on them and just bring them up, right? You get all this beautiful little things. Thanks a lot, Crypt, for saying hi in there, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of stuff. Dr. Fire Chicken here. You could do this while people are shilling as well. Just make sure you do ones that are decent in the process. How do you get into the lobby? Well, how do you get into the lobby is a great question. You head right over to shoguncrypto.com. That's right. The link should be, somebody should go into our main account and pin to the main account stuff the link to the website, right? If you go to wherever you're watching this at, go to shoguncrypto.com, go to space, and you can go in as a shiller. Now, I can't guarantee you'll get in today because there's a lot of people that are down below. Up next, that will be shilling in the process here is Humblebee coming in here in just a moment. Make sure that when you do put them up, you take them back down almost immediately. Let it come up, let it play for the comment, and then remove it. Okay, just like that. Good. Let me bring up B from Adam in here. Humblebee, how you doing, buddy? Long time no talk.
Yo, Trader Max, doing well, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well, buddy. What a great show this is today. We're just climbing and thriving, man. This has been an awesome thing. Now, just so everybody knows that Humblebee is part of the Shogun Empire, right? But he also is an all-around just beautiful person that just loves to help communities and networks. And so what did you get into, buddy? What happened?
Trader Max, I truly appreciate the kind words. I am honored to be part of this team every single day. The rest of you guys just amaze me. I'm a great cheerleader. I know how to speak. I know how to hype things up. But behind the scenes, the work that you guys are doing is truly revolutionary. Truly just so smooth and clean for users. Just so everybody knows, I wear a few different hats with the Shogun team. I help with basic copy editing. I help with some of the design work, and I help with beta testing some of these incredible products that Trader Max and his team are putting together with Crypto Quentin and Amos and the whole crew. So I got myself into a token that I was certain is going to have a very bright future. It had a quick birth. January 7th, future President Donald Trump announced that he would be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico. This may sound absurd. It is,
but what else do you expect?
Right, exactly.
It's amazing.
You gotta go in with the flair that that he brings. It's just like his MO generally. Rebranding is how it goes. So immediately upon seeing this headline, I went right over to Pump Fund. I knew exactly what was about to happen. And I found it. I found a token. 3 15-minute green candles in, this thing just tanks, and I scooped it up. I bought $100 worth, then I bought 200, then I bought 300, and then I bought 1,500. And I said, let's just build a team. And let me tell you a little bit about it. The token is called Gulf of America, and the ticker is GOA. And ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just another pump. It is history in the making. Right now, we're on the brink of one of the most iconic rebrandings of all time. When Trump takes the oath of office, the Gulf of Mexico, a name that has stood for over 5 centuries, will be reborn as the Gulf of America. That's right. One of the largest bodies of water in the world, reclaimed as a symbol of American pride. This isn't just a renaming, it's a seismic cultural shift. And you have a chance to invest in the narrative before the headlines start flooding in. Imagine the moment the ink dries and the news hits every corner of the internet. Cable news debates, Twitter meltdowns, memes galore. It is all coming. And Goa is positioned as the ultimate symbol of this historic moment. The community's already taken the reins and turned Goa into a powerhouse meme factory with immaculate vibes in our Telegram all day, 24/7. And the smart money knows what's coming. When this story breaks wide open after inauguration, demand for Goa is set to skyrocket. This isn't just a meme, it's a movement. And the window to get in before the news cycle explodes is closing fast. Join the Gulf of America takeover now. We really need help. We need as many people in this Telegram as we can get. The work is endless and it's so much fun. But in a few weeks, you'll either be riding high or watching from the shore. Goa isn't just a token, it's a moment, and don't miss it.
Dude, beautiful job.
Thank you,
It's
brother.
like we gotta get you like a little. We gotta get you like behind a podium, like get you on the camera, be like a little podium, be a little orange wig hat. You know?
Yes.
We have the best naming solutions. The best.
I need some
I'm
Cheeto
so bad.
lotion.
Dude, Cheeto lotion. It ain't easy to be cheesy. I love it, man. It's fucking awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
You know what? Here's the thing. We are degens by heart, right? Like we always like. I have attention deficit disorder. Ooh, squirrel. You know, it's like one of those things that in this world there is so many opportunities to find great programs to be a part of. And we're going to be talking about that later on in our Alpha series about our Pump Fund network that we're doing. That it's not just a pump fund, but it's a big thing. But as we go into this next part of the segment, and Humblebee, thank you so much for being here. You're such a trusted member of us. You know, most other coins would be like, no, don't sell anything but us. You know, we don't got that much ego. We're all about right and honor, and I know where you're at. And if you're there, that means your heart's in the right spot. But as we get into this next segment, go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you so
Okay,
much, Trader Max.
I
welcome,
just wanted
buddy.
to say that I know B. I know he's been working on this. I have neglected to buy any of it, but after that shill, I've got deck screener up right now. Gonna drop
you
that
go.
CA into my bot and grab some. So
you
he
go.
sold me.
Awesome. All right. So as to let you all know, you're watching the gun show, the Shogun Gun Show here, and probably in many different locations. You're probably seeing us on YouTube. Definitely seeing us on YouTube. YouTube's doing a little bit better today. My Trader Max, the retirement CTO, has 186 people watching from the Shogun stuff. But again, absolutely wonderful. Welcome from the retirement coin. No Hat Solana following in at 26. Dougie on Soul 98, and the Shogun Cryptos at 249. We are at an all-time high on our show. We're about to bust 600 viewers on the show right now, this second. And let me tell you, if you don't think that this is a way to go for people to get out there, trust me, there are going to be people coming from the outside be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going there to try to do stuff. And they're going to be way too late. They're not going to know how to do it. It's okay. It is tough. But for some of you coins that are with us, I'm going to show you how to do it, how to help yourself and help us as well. Invite us to your shows. 600, it's just climbing. Like I wish I could show you the ticker of this. It is just climbing. It's amazing. There's so many people in there. 610. We just jumped 10 people, 20 people all of a sudden. And it's just climbing. Thanks to all of you. If you're watching this show, you're watching the Shill, Chill, and Alpha. And we're in our Shill position. Now, we did too. I'm going to drop you down, B. Thank you much for being here. We'll see you next time. You can stick around below, but I might end up kicking some people. If you want to jump out and jump into the show format, please do at that level. Thanks, buddy. Okay, he's moved out. All right. Now, let's get into we just heard from B. Up next in the retirement, up next in the world of Shillers, we're going to bring up Tree and Cat here next, but we're going to have our first panelist come out. And I said that we're going to start with Dougie first. And Dougie's going to come out and tell us a little about who he is. I want you to take some time. If you do want to share a screen, you could do so from your own, or I could do it for you from this side. That's completely up to you. Which one would you like? Me to do it or you to do it? You there, Doug?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
That's okay. Would you want to share your screen, or you want me to share your stuff in there and you talk about what you're going to do?
Yeah, I could go ahead and share the screen. I'll pull
Please
up
do.
our rebranded website, which would be awesome.
All right. It's all yours, baby.
So, as you know, we've been around for quite a minute now, over 6 months, which has been really awesome. This originally started as just like a CTO project, and it's grown into so much more. We've built up a really solid community. People with max conviction, with Dougie, and really, confidence in the team. So the ultimate goal and the vision that we set out on, because at the time, we were all just getting wrecked on Solana and still happening to a lot of people. We wanted to, just build something with integrity, build a legit project. And boy, have we come a long way. I personally believe for our market cap right now, we are so undervalued. And that just comes with the organic growth, right? We've done everything organically. We don't have any big KOLs on board. Our all-time high is only like a 750 market cap. I think we're just sitting, just above 100K right now. So we haven't even had our pop yet, but we know it's coming. One thing that we do is we're consistent. We show up every day, and we're always, dropping updates and new information. One thing we really focus on is our animation content. Kind of the narrative of who Dougie is. The story behind Dougie. He's a degen dog. He entered crypto and meme coins because he's seen the opportunity, like we all have, that it could be life-changing games. So we bring his experiences to life through our animation content. So we really push that out on TikTok, YouTube, all socials. You can find him on our website as well. And our team animator, like I said, is so good. And he's just constantly dropping stuff every week. So our website, we just did a rebrand of the website, kind of just like cleaned it up, kind of really want to show like our professionalism in the project. We got some animations here on the pages, kind of who is Dougie, just explain that. Some animations, meme coins can change your life. 100x, HODL mentality. It's a cult-like community that's formed around Dougie.
Loving it.
And then I want to touch, on our roadmap. So we don't have, it's kind of simple roadmap, but it's, more like a vision board as well, which I have on the next page. But we won't have 10,000 holders, all that. So we're doing some serious stuff. So we started the Dougie Fund. What that is, we're all about giving back. So the Dougie Fund is the charity aspect of our project, in which we donate to animal shelters and rescues locally here in South Florida, starting with the Big Dog Ranch. And we opened up a merch shop, which is, we have our own domain for that as well. And 50% of all sales from, merchandise go right to the Dougie Fund. And then the remaining 50%, goes right back into the project. So we're really trying to, build out our marketing funds, build out our marketing wallet, and also, build out these donations. So when we stack up enough, we're going to be live streaming our first donation, showing people like, hey, this is really what we're doing. And then brand designing, what we're doing is Dougie, we're building it into a global brand with our fun means applied to, real life products. And we've actually, applied for a trademark. We're just in the processes right now. So I worked with a legal team. We're filed under class 035 here. Really long process to go through, but we're assured that, we're going to get it. You got a question?
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah, listen, this is in the panelist version of this. We're back and forth. We talk about who you are and what you're doing, and plus, you're going to get a lot of time more to talk about in the chill side and the alpha side. Loving the fact that you went with the legalization of the charity side of it. A lot of people don't do that. They just talk about charity just to kind of put bullshit out there. But knowing you from the past and knowing you from what you've done, all this is so super legit for me. I can't wait to see what that transpires to be.
Thanks, man. Yeah, us too. We're really just we built a really solid foundation, and now it's just about onboarding more people, growing the community. And then through that, sky's the limit. We'll be able to do more different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just here, so we got our socials, we got our TikTok, which is popping off. You see the video we just posted this morning, almost has 1,000 views on it already. So we post a lot of funny content, and that's really, what memes are. Here's some of our partners' pages with some more animations, and just a really cool, clean website that we built out for everybody to check out.
Absolutely. Well, Dougie, thank you so much for sharing the first part of this show with us. And I know we have a lot more to discuss with you, and there's a lot more things happening. Thank you so much for being a part of this panel today. I know with TikTok being what it is, in our chill portion of the show, we're going to be talking about TikTok today, where we'll get the panelists' viewpoint on this, and we'll have some deep discussions on the virility of TikTok and how well it works at that point. Well, that was our first panelist doing his show, and just at that second we hit 700 viewers watching this show. That means throughout all of this, I mean, let's get down and see who's kind of leading the mark here. Shogun Cryptos, 313 people watching from here. Dougie on Soul, 105. Retirement Coin, 222. Fucking amazing. No Hat Solana, 27. Trader Max is blowing up really slow. Him and No Hat are taking on a battle here. And then a Trader Max YouTube channel with only simply 10. So much. But listen, lots of great stuff. What a great format that we're here today. Lots of great people. If you're inside the network, or any one of these networks are watching on No Hat, on Retirement, or Dougie, please make sure that you do the chats in there. You can, of course, you can even come over to Shogun Cryptos if you wanted to, and be in there as well. There's a lot of people in there in your own society. Make sure that go to each one of these coins and communities and follow their social profiles. Very powerful. We're going to have it in the this whole thing goes into a YouTube channel, and it'll be also shared in our system. We're going to put everybody who is on the panel we didn't get a chance to do it today, but in the show format, we're going to be putting the links to all their either Linktree or their main website or deck screener to get people to that process, to get everybody on board. Up next, as far as the shillers go, we're going to get another couple of shillers up here. And then we're going to have the No Hat series guys come out and talk in the next one. And yes, I'm saving some of the big retirement guys for the end. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, for the last part of it, till we get into our chill portion. So up next is going to be the founders from Tree in Cat.
Good evening, Trader Max. How you doing?
My man, how are you doing today?
I'm all good. We're in the UK, so evening time over here.
Yeah. So how's everything been going on?
It's been going really well. We've just released a game.
Mm-hmm.
We just released a game, so we're getting
You asked me, I said, if I had a chance to play it yet. I have not. I am going. I would love to probably go over right now and play it, but then we get stuck in me being here forever.
It's a time drain. That's for sure.
Hey, listen, do you have the availability? Are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on the computer.
Okay. Do you have availability to share your screen with us to show us what you got?
Yeah.
Because I would, but I don't have all your links in front of me, and I want to be able to give you the best show possible. So go ahead, and when you do, I'll drag it up to the top when you're ready. I got to tell you, I love these guys, and you know what? As we get, I'm going to give you full screen access here. You're going to fall in love with this character. This is such a cool little character. But go ahead, buddy. Thank you so much for being here.
No worries, thanks. So Tree Stuck in Cat. This was actually a quip that I came up with in response. There was some inverted comma Cole who made a prediction of stablecoin reaching $5. So I replied something about being absurd. And then in other news, Tree Stuck in Cat, firefighters baffled. Got a few laughs, a few highlights of the Tree Stuck in Cat part. And that got me thinking, well, actually, that's quite an absurd meme. And there's not very many memes that actually mean absurd. So pen to paper, drew the sort of tree in the cat. But also, so my background sort of branding and development as well. So we got into the real thinking about what is a meme coin and what is a meta. And actually what is utility. And utility generally in the meme world is being part of a culture or part of a gang, part of a cult, and having fun. As well as the trading part. The trading part is almost like topping on a pizza, but it's the sort of essence on bringing people together under a flag, under a banner, that means something a lot in the meme coin space. So we've got Tree Stuck and Cat. It means absurd. It means fun. They're our core brand values. Everything we do for those things, we do under that banner. We do under the sort of Tree Stuck in Cat. And then all the sort of variations you can do with something stuck in something, but also the plant animal meta. And if you look at the two categories of life, the only two categories are animal and plants. So actually having a plant animal meta together is quite a unique place to be. So we've been busy working on that sort of brand and the absurdity. You know, we've got the baffled firefighters on our website. And we've got plenty of other things as well. We have tons of music that we've been building. We have some musicians on the squad, so that's quite fun. We've got a full gallery, not just images that we create. We should see here.
Wow.
Images that we create. Also, what the community creates via AI integration. So in our Telegram, you're able to prompt. I'll show you actually, since we're here.
Listen, guys, I went in, and when I seen this happen, I love this little feature of it because you get really creative with it. It's pretty amazing.
So yeah, this is with POW AI. So we've partnered with them to train a model and also to get sort of very, I mean, some of it is crazy and it doesn't quite work.
It's like it's out of his ear.
Right? It's still kind of on brand because it's a bit messed up.
But that's part of it, right?
That is
the
part
best
of it.
things come from
spot on, you know. And
look at like Play-Doh and all, you know, silly putty. This all came from fuck ups, right? So this is fucking awesome.
Exactly.
I don't know what that one is on your screen, but okay, you know.
Yeah, well, you'll see here. Look at this, the game. Play branch hopper. So we've created these sort of HTML5 games that you can integrate into Telegram and with the leaderboards. And actually, it's quite a brutal game. You should go and play it. But it's crazy to see the sort of the community sort of bustling around it and vying for position. You know, it's
absolutely
very cool to see. And not only can you do that in Telegram, but you can also do that via the directly via
go to the HTML link in there. Yeah.
Which become kind of marketing vessels in themselves, right? People, and this falls under the banner of fun. I think what we're really trying to do is, it's absurd. It's a flagship, but underneath, we're just trying to build this community that is a place to go to enjoy yourself, right? And the markets will take you some places, but really you want to build the relationships and people to have fun within your community. So that's kind of where we're at. It's a simple pitch, right? We've got a strong lead. We create stuff and we bring people together. And
see when you have the recipe, the parts of it can be altered along the way, little ingredients into the recipe. And
exactly.
When you have something this strong, and you have a basis of fun and everything else onto it, you know, the arcade, I love it. The concept here is to deliver something that's it's digestible, right? Like sometimes you go into some places and it's like, we got NFTs, we got this, we got that, we got this. Oh, do this, do that, do this. Oh, I need your attention. But sometimes you just want to shoot the shit and play a game, right? Or you want to giggle a little because of an NFT or of an image generated that you just made that, you know, makes it with a cat with one eye, you know, kind of thing, you know, cyclone cat. But I think what we got here is simplicity at its finest with good tech behind it and a good system in it. So Tree and Cat, you are always so welcome to be in here. We have to get you up as a panelist one of these times and get them into that huge community you got to get our show up. But I want to say thank you so much for being here right now.
Thank you. So much value likewise. It's feelings mutual. It's always nice to talk about.
Thank you. You can stop sharing. I'm going to drop your share screen down from the stage here. I really do appreciate you. I'm going to drop you back down to the main here as well. You know what? You stick around down below. We might bring some people up to talk. You can also be in that private section up next in just a minute. Because will be coming up here with their coin in the neck. Where is these guys at? Which we'll talk about here in a second. But I wanted to bring an announcement here. I'm trying to stall a little bit because we're so close to 800 visitors or viewers, not just visitors. These are viewers. These are consecutive viewers that are on the site. But I also wanted to kind of show you this, which is pretty badass here. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see it, the entire screen right over here. And boom, just like that. You can see this is like little screen captures. We just hit 800. Welcome, 800 people. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show. And what I'm showing right now is our little solution here that we've created here has the availability to do multiple streams across multiple platforms and all showing up on the Live X system here. Look at this. This is from a little while ago. So the cumulative number is 325 from Shogun, 250 from the retirement coin. Look at it. All these are showing up on this front page. You're getting exposure here from our system here in the network, just from being here with that community. Look, even little no hot down there with his 28 and mine with my 27, sitting there, just taking it on, just kicking ass, having fun. We are all here a part of this network. And I can't thank you all enough. 810 people watching, just tuned in. Consecutive watchers here right now, watching and listening to everything that we're saying. And why is that so important? Well, because when you have a community like this, exposure is worth its weight in gold. So get in now, get in with us here over Shogun, get into these regular shows. We're doing them 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Saturday, or Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Don't even know my own shows. We will be having more. We do have an availability for sponsorships. And where do you go? Go to Shogun Crypto. Let me pop over. I had it. It was right there. It's so close. I'm just going to go Shogun Crypto. You're going to go right over to Spaces, and you're going to come all the way down in here. And if you want to be a sponsor, it does have a cost to it, but a sponsor, you get a lot more stuff. You want to be a panelist, like some of that are here, is absolutely free, but there are some requirements. You got to share your show through your Twitter account. You got to do all that kind of good stuff, which is easy to do. Any one of our panelists can tell you that how easy it is. Fill in the form and then sign up. Or if you just want to come and show your project, pick a day, hit the sign up, and then once it does, it'll bring you up on a link. Don't know where the link is? Just PM us here and we'll get you a link over to the process. All right. So next up, let me kill my stop screen here. Next up in the Shill section, and then we're going to bring up No Hat to come out and talk about their awesome coin, is Because.
Hey, how's it going, Max? Can you hear me?
Hey, I sure can, buddy. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. So many good things that I could talk about right now.
We got a lot to talk about, buddy. I tell you, but try to keep your show about 3 to 4 minutes right in that area. I'm giving some people a little bit of time, but it's I'm so glad you're a part of these first shows, and I can't wait to see what you got.
Hey, thanks for the invite. So, Kantaro and Sanchan, there's a Japanese guy named Kantaro. He adopted a Shiba Inu puppy that was 4 weeks old. He's going absolutely viral on Instagram. He just hit 600,000 followers on Instagram, and dude, it's blowing up. The strength of the team, we're a CTO project, and the team actually reached out to him, and he interacts with us almost daily now on our Telegram. We're in talks with him. You can check out his Twitter profile. You can check out our Sanchan CTO profile. So many good things happening. We're sitting at about 2.5 million market cap right now. Our all-time high is 6. Super wholesome content, and I think that there's a lot of stuff out there that I don't really vibe with. It's not my thing, but Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors. This just happened to be my flavor. Super wholesome content. We set aside 3% of the token for him to be able to continue his journey. And he's actually popped in and vowed that he's going to donate 90% of that. That's on a vested schedule. So, there's not going to be any significant impact to the chart when he is considering donations. So the team is doing what we can to promote his vision, and we're doing what we can to protect the community. And the community is really stepping up. We're holding a really solid floor above 2 mil. We have people in the community making videos. Like we have a music video pinned up in our Telegram chat. Feel free to check that out. Everything is going really good right now, and I'm really excited to be part of the project and be able to speak about it with you guys. So thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely, my man. Great job too, B. I appreciate you being short and sweet and to the point. Loving this fact that you have a celebrity that is interacting. So many of these things, like back in the day where we cut our teeth on some of the stuff that was out there. there were just so many people that were coming and hitting the viral stars out there, like, you know, the buffet girl, and, you know, some of the viral people on Instagram, and they would have nothing to do with it, and they would just rip off their name. But you have done such a great job with this network, and they're coming in here and chilling. Loving the way the website is, loving the look of the dog. We seem to have a dog theme happening today to a degree so far. We got a couple dogs in our panel, and then myself as a cat, so a big panther. But thank you so much for being here, because I really do appreciate you being here. Please feel free to come back anytime. Any one of our shows is an open format. We do appreciate what you're doing.
Will do. You can count on it. I'll see you guys in the future for sure.
Absolutely. You rock, dude. Really do appreciate you. Okay. So as we move into the show, I just wanted to give you a quick update. 865 people. We're well past all-time highs. We're going to be hitting probably, even quadruple digits here pretty soon. I think we have a lot of great stuff to happen. As we bring out the next person on our panel, which is No Hat, I want you all to keep in mind that this network that we built for Shogun is to give as much exposure as possible to as many people. The clasp of hands that we have done here has just been absolutely incredible. Also to give No Hat some time to make sure that he can share his screen of anything that he has in the process. But some people surprised me at all levels. Like No Hat was the first person to actually send me some NFTs in exchange for some of the services we have, which is absolutely wonderful. I really do love the fact that he was able to do that. I have not, and I'm embarrassed to say, have not looked on the progress of them since, but I can tell you right now, as soon as we're done the show, I'm going to go play around with the NFTs. We have our own stuff coming out here soon as well, which we can't wait for. With no further ado, No Hat, are you ready to come out?
Hey, Max, thank you for having us. It's lovely to be one more time with Shogun. This is so great. This format is so amazing. I must say, it's just like incredible. I was just like hearing about Sen. It's just like in the is PFP, and it just reminded one of our NFTs, as you mentioned. Can I share my screen?
Oh yeah, please do. That's what it's there for.
Let me see if I can do this.
If not, I can always do it. You can send me some links if you need.
Yes, allow mute website. I don't know. Your browser is blocked. Okay, so I think I can. I don't know how to do this.
That's okay. Here's what we could do. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to your website. If you want me to go someplace, either send me the link in the private room in there. Okay, but I'm going to bring over your web. I will start with your website right over here. Sorry, I'm dragging it over. My mouse is all weird right now. Start right there. If everybody can see the screen, and you can probably see it from your segment there. So,
this is our first website. I'm going to. We are about to make a new one. On this one, we had a ad remover and a PFP generator, but we are going to redo this because we have so much more content right now. The story about No Hat is that we are about 8 months old, and we are full CTO since December. So we are just kind of like reshaping everything and bringing more of like a different identity, like trying to be more than a dog with no head. So it's just because not obviously being a dog with no head, we are immediately connected with, and we understand that we need more than that. It's just that it's not enough for what we've been doing. Therefore, the NFTs. So I'm gonna share the NFT link first, so you guys can
have a look. Private chat there.
Yeah. Okay. So the NFTs idea, and with this thing about changing the identity of the coin and changing about the identity of the more like a brand design of what it's about. We understand that had to be more playful, and also we took a risk and went against the trend, let's say. So the trend basically is to use an AI and to launch the NFTs with a PFP generator or so on. And what we did was we actually asked a painter to paint the backgrounds, and we had them then reworked on Photoshop, and there's no combination of the backgrounds. There's also no combination of the attributes. So everything is, each one of these 2025 NFTs are completely unique, and they never repeat. But I think the most important thing is that actually sometimes you need to take risks, right? So
yeah,
the thing what we saw that it's happening in the market is, okay, everyone is using AI, so we are going to keep using a human person, someone with a soul, someone with a feeling, because in the end we understand that dogs, being humans' best friend, it's what we can do for them, right? So instead of relying on someone that might not be able to take that risk or to understand the process of creating painting, creating backgrounds, we had an artist to do it, spent 5,000 hours doing it, and we are very, very happy with that, because they are really completely different for what we can see in the market.
Wow.
And
I love it. And this is physically in my portfolio, is that I have 10 of your NFTs. And as these things release out, man, I love it. I love it. It was the first time that I've ever taken contract of something to give our services for an NFT as a form of currency, which is absolutely, I love it. It is amazing. But you've been here with us for a little while as we're growing our Anvil bot and our network solutions in there. You were in helping us test and get a lot of stuff on in that process. So I really do appreciate you being here in our panel today.
Yes, thank you, Max, and thank you for your kindness on accepting the NFTs, because it was like, oh, okay, can we do NFTs? And Max was immediately, oh yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely open to all things currency. You want to send me a chicken, I get it, but I love bartering. It's absolutely wonderful. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that this world isn't easy in crypto, right? And you got to find your niche, you got to make your thing, and you got to stand out. You got to be different. The reason we do what we do is because nobody else does, right? So, when we make like the Anvil bot have, it's a subscription base, or the Tsunami system, the Shogun Tsunami, not have any upfront fees. It's all about transaction. I listen to so many people tell me what we shouldn't do, but I never heard people what we should do. And so when I started asking people, like, what do you want to see in this? They were telling me where the market was going. They wanted these things that weren't there. And I think that's what Nohat's saying as well, is like, there's this process of, doing it different than everybody else is. If everybody's using one way, I'm going to use it on this way to create that uniformity for himself. So great job, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you. And with that, I'm just shared one of our ex posts, just because the sense PFP remind me of one of our NFTs, which is using Groucho Marx glasses.
I love Groucho Marx. He's on there. All right. So I want to make sure you're gonna come out and have a lot more time to show, I promise, during the second and third hour.
Okay.
So I want to make sure, I want to be conscious of people's time. At this point, we have a couple people that will just probably come up in a few, but I want to bring some attention to a ever running number that we're always looking at. Let me hear that stop screen here and present the thing and stop the screen of the numbers. We just blew past 900 people watching the show. And if you're watching right now, you're on the Shogun Gun Show with your host, Trader Max, your co-host, Crypto Quinton, your other co-host, Amos Burden, all from Shogun, here to help you get your idea of success. And in this show today, we are here and joined by three awesome panelists. We have Nohat, who you just heard from. We got Dougie from Dougie on Soul. And we have PD from the retirement center, retirement CTO. I almost said center. I apologize. It sounded like an old age home that was just about to happen. But a little faux pas, but there it is, right? But up next here soon, we're going to do a little quick shill, and then I'm going to bring out the retirement coin to come out and talk about them and get their shill on in the process. But I wanted everybody to know the running race here, right? Like, so in the lead, Shogun Cryptos with 383 viewers, right? That means that we have 383 people watching the show right now on our Shogun Cryptos X channel. Next up is Retirement CTO with 325. They're catching up quick. Come on, fam over at Shogun. Get it pumped out there. Get it out in everybody's hands. Make sure that you're sharing and pairing this thing out with so many different things. Ping it to your sides. Do everything else. Up after that is Dougie on Soul with 134. Kicking ass, Dougie. Taking names, loving it. No hat sold. Don't worry, buddy. You're worth it. You got some clarity happening. You got 34. You're keeping up with my Trader Max one, which is sitting at 35. And then poor old YouTube, all dried up and shriveled up. Even though that's where 90% of our videos live, it's not that great of a live center for us right at the moment. Sitting with a whopping, get this, 3. Yep. 3 people watching. Now, if you're watching over on YouTube, thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate you. But jump over to Shogun over on Twitter and have fun in there. There's some good stuff in there. All right. My co-host, Awfully Quiet, which I appreciate what they do. They do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But in this next portion of what I'm just going to come out and quickly tell you on our sponsor for the day. And then once I do the sponsors theme, then we're going to bring out Retirement Coin. Our sponsor is us today. We weren't able to get a sponsor in fast enough this morning, but we wanted to be able to come in and sponsor and talk about who we are and what we have done here. And it's one of our first things that we started to do in the very beginning, which was build systems for networks. Now, if you go to Shogun, you hit under services, you're going to hit something called WebForge. And the WebForge system, if I go here and let me see, I'm going to click this sign up. No, okay. I'm going to go where I think I'm supposed to go, and I'm going to go to Panther Pilot. Now, Panther Pilot was my original marketing team and firm that I owned when we started all kinds of stuff from our dojo to our marketing network. Right before COVID hit, we had hundreds of people in our network. And of course, we survived through COVID. We survived through all that stuff. And this network was really all about, let me see if I can pull it up here. I had it. Let me pull back in again. Boom. I'm just going to go straight in. We're going to pull up one of the systems. Now, what this is, it is a network of, in fact, let me just pull up one of our accounts here that I originally started with in this network. And this system is what we call a SaaS network, software as a service. And what we do with this process, now, I usually charge between $399 and $500 a month for these services for brick and mortar businesses to go in and use. There's a lot of tools in there for them. But what are some of the tools that work with cryptocurrency? Is super simple. Sites, having contacts, marketing, which is social media. Okay, we can also have memberships that have a good thing. This is where we have portals. Like I can show you portals and networks and everything we built. Everything that we've built here on through websites and our portals and all of our emails that go out come from this network. Like when you filled out the form, that's from this network. Okay, opportunity systems, super powerful. But one of the things that I really like is that the university of this is that you get to build, like you see, these are all different websites that we were working on. The cryptocurrency, when I had Meme Max in the very beginning, one of my very first websites that we made was for a coin that I did that lasted like 8 minutes. Right. I didn't know anything about doing anything over in Pump Fun. And we had Chicken Hawk 2 with the Hawk 2 girl in the mentality of this. But we never had her as a person. This was just a play on words to have fun. But we built this website and I was like 15 minutes. And then we fired the link out there for Pump Fun an hour later. And it never went anywhere. It dropped like a stone. And I didn't know what else to do. In fact, I still think I left all the money in it from originally of that coin. But the system here was all about creating a network for what coins could use. And so what did we do? If you go to pantherpilot.com, you can sign up. Now, it has a very low cost of barrier of entry. What is it? Absolutely free. If you're a coin and you're working with us, you actually get everything in that network absolutely free. And every once in a while, we'll ask you to come to a show and be a part and, you know, share our stuff and all that kind of stuff. So if there is a barrier of entry, it's participation. You can take as much as you want, but you got to eat everything you take is the rule of thumb we like to go by. And so that's about it. 958 people. My prediction for the show prior to was that we were going to hit 1,000, and we're slowly climbing to that. And how can we get the punch right now? How can we get this punch for retirement coin who's about to come out and Shill and get to that 1,000? Now, I don't want them to come out until we get 1,000 at that point. So how do we do that? We got to share it. We got to pair it up, put it to our posts, put it out there to as many people as possible. Get into your other social media. You know, start telling people in your communities, jump into those communities. Even if you're watching just right now, watching, share. Get inside that comment. Start throwing the comments down there as much as you possibly can. I don't know what Meme Sparks is happening here, but that's there's a lot of stuff in there. But when I get your free account, get over to Shogun Web Forward, check it out. There you go. Boom. Just like that. Right? Get in there and just start commenting as much as you can. 963 people. We're almost there. But as we do this, we're going to prepare here in just a second. We're going to bring PD from Retirement Coin out and talk about who they are and what they are. But I want him to remember that I was going to try to wait until then, but I think it's going a little slow. Let's bring out PD now from Retirement Coin and start getting this little things moving on.
Max, thank you so much for having us today. You can hear me okay,
pleasure.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Loud and clear, man. It's fucking awesome.
Good stuff. So just some background on retirement. Retirement's only 17 days old.
Before you go, PD, hang on. Do you want me to share the screen on stuff, or you got some stuff you can share?
No, I don't have the ability to share. I got to give you the keys and the steering wheel to drive for us. I dropped our website into the chat.
Thank you very much. I should be able to grab that.
Yep, and thank you for doing that.
Bop, and boom, and bang. And here we are. Let me share my screen now. We're getting there. I should have probably had this all up. I should have asked you that prior to.
No worries.
But we're working this stuff out. That's how it goes.
All good.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you. Yep. So it's just a quick background on the project and to clarify, because I didn't know what all these acronyms meant: CTO, AMA, EIEIO. So CTO is a community takeover. Retirement was launched on Pump Fund 17 days ago. Within 48 hours, the all-time high, we hit $4.5 billion. And so not only did we have one CTO, so the dev decided he wasn't ready for retirement. He left. And then there was a CTO lead that everyone was looking towards, and he decided to step down, I think on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. But anyway, so initially our Telegram was up to 5,000 people, but after the second CTO, we rebuilt everything. And it just shows the strength of the community where people just stepped up, took responsibility, rebuilt the Telegram, rebuilt our X, rebuilt all our socials. So we currently have a Telegram over 1,200 plus people strong. We have a 24-hour VC, and all that is if you hop on our Telegram channel, you can join our VC call, which gives you full transparency in real people, right? Real people that are strategizing about the project, talking about what we're going to do. And I'll tell you what, that scared me in the past, where you're investing in other coins and you don't know who the heck's behind it. We give you full transparency, and I'll tell you what, that's what did it for me. We had people sitting back for the 48 hours listening to what was going on, and after the dust settled and we heard the professionalism, we got super smart people within the community that are global, around the world. We put together a multi-sig wallet, and as of today, there's 1.5 supply of the token. There's USDC. There's Sol. People, top holders, are funding the wallet. Many people throughout the community are contributing to the wallet. Our meme is Wojak, right? And Wojak, which is pretty cool. We have one of our community members from Poland. The translation of Wojak means soldier, which really, when you think about soldier, you think about strength. Right. And that defines our community. Our narrative is freedom. You hear the word retirement and, we think, oh, you got to be 65, 70 to retire. No, our narrative is freedom. We all want it. We all want freedom. It's a timeless narrative. It's a multi-cycle narrative, and we all want it. And so our community is global, diverse. We have multiple skill sets where we actually, yes, we're a CTO, but we have we're leveraging the skill sets within the community. We have a web developer. We have people that are artists. We have people that have been platinum R&B artists. We have Silicon Valley professionals that have been doing, in corporate for 30 plus years. We have business owners. We have students. It ranges the gamut because we all want to be free. We all want retirement. Long term, if you look at the traditional retirement plans, they don't work. In US, we have a 401k plan. It doesn't work. We used to make jokes, when the economy went to crap, the 401k is now 101k, and now it's 0k.
Yeah.
Right. So long term, we're going to set up, staking and yield farming, where the goal here isn't to pump and dump it. The goal here is to set up a retirement plan for yourself, where you invest in yourself. I don't invest 401k in my corporate 401k, right? We are going to position people to invest and hold this coin, where they can, the percentages of what they can make by holding the coin and parking it and staking it and do some yield farming, they can set themselves up. A little bit of alpha. We got an NFT launch coming up soon. And the sales of we'll do the trading and the sales. We'll put a percentage back into our multi-sig wallet. Marketing strategy. We're doing AMA tours, 24/7 raids. We got 18 days old. And we are bullish about this, our purpose, bullish about the narrative. And it's just very exciting. I've never woken up and been excited to go to work, my 9 to 5, right? I get excited about, joining our voice call and just hearing the passion, hearing the belief, right? Not being fazed by the market cap. Yes, we had an all-time high of $4.5 million, but we have a floor of about 500K, a solid floor of holders. And the beauty about it is, if you look at the wallets, it's evenly distributed. You don't have one massive whale holding all the supply. It's evenly distributed, and that's the floor, because we're not looking to, we're looking to hold this coin long term. So I'll stop there.
No, this is actually, you're absolutely right. Now, one of my things that I've been involved in most of my life is technical analysis. And if you really look at the value of where this channel that you guys are sitting in is that 893 area of this little mini high that you've had since the CTO sort of taken over and been apart. And you have a real true floor of about 380 something in that area. And I point this out on my coin read for you guys, for us really, because I've vested into the coin as well. And in that mentality, you have the top and you have the bottom. In the middle is called the mean, right? And in that mean, this is where your real vibration comes from. And I would say yes. So your real floor is not all the way up here, not your ceiling, and this isn't your true floor. Your true floor is usually the mean in between your local high and low, your support and resistance area, which is that 470 area, 475 area, super strong. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to bump up, but I feel like this up and down that we were seeing on the coin is sediment, but it's also, you have such a strong community. Knowing all this technical bullshit it doesn't mean anything. It's going to go where it's going to go. But all the external things that you have at retirement is what you're looking for, the long-term effect. And what is that? And you've done a beautiful job over there with the team, Caesar and everybody else over there, Motion and everybody. So thank you very much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Now, as we get into a momentous occasion, I said I was going to do this, but I was paying attention to our panelist who was given a great shill. We hit 1,000 people, 1,015, 1,016 to be exact. Now, that's not just an all-time high. That is like an amazing factor. We asked, you delivered. Now, who's in charge? Who's in the lead? Shogun Cryptos is still in the lead. I gotta say, there's some reason. I don't know. Maybe we're pretty important around here. I don't know. But we also have, following right up behind his retirement with CTO 376. They are a crew to reckon with. I can tell you that right now. Doug Soul about 142. We got No Hat Solana really picking it up. But Trader Max sort of kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. Somebody started sharing some stuff behind the scenes. At 52, Trader Max over at YouTube found a new person. And it is now at 4. Poor little Trader Max over at YouTube. But if you're liking how the show is, make sure you give us some follows, some likes, hit every single network that you see involved. Now, all you guys that are here in the panel, I appreciate you being here today. You would think like that was a great show. It's a great show. It ain't over. We have a lot more stuff to continue on. What's it up next? We're going to have the shill portion of the show come up next. And this is where we talk about a particular topic that is a little bit of contention that happens here. We're going to talk about the with the panel and find out what your concepts are. And living on the topic of today is TikTok. Now, TikTok is a wonderful little program, and most of you are out there, you know, and some of you may think about it. We're going to ask you, put your, you know, give me in the chat rooms in there and all of the X's, put some posts out there, what you feel about TikTok. Is it a thumbs up for you? Is it a down? Is this as a kid's thing? You know, roast the shit out of it if you have to. But I want to know what your concept is on how your coins, how your life, how you interact with TikTok, and what it does for you in this society. So this is an open format when we're going to be talking about this show. So it's not just me talking, but I will happen to go first here for a moment, just to talk about what TikTok has been for me. TikTok for me has been a major distraction, especially on this little bad boy. If you can see my screen, it's I use it to dead scroll. My kids, my family, we all do it. You know, it's a contention of like, it's almost like it's degen ADHD thing anyway. And it lives in a world of its own for us. But the world of TikTok in business has escaped me to a degree. Like we do have an account. We have actually two accounts. I have one for my Shogun, one for my karate school called Panther Kempo, and I have one for my Trader Max persona that was more originally about gaming. But they both took off. One has like over 11,000, the other has more than 10,000, and it is really taken off. And we've turned this in for our Shogun crypto system. But I don't get a lot of major traction through it. And as most of you know, with the current administration, before the new stuff takes on, there has been a lot of talk about getting rid of it. Congress just came in, blah, 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 and whatever it may be. So I'm going to open up the floor. My panelists can come out, first come, first serve, and just tell me a little bit about what has TikTok done for you and where does it sit at? And then we'll open up this to a debating conversation.
Yeah, I'll jump on first.
Please.
Yeah, so we've been on TikTok probably like a good 4 months. And we've actually onboarded people that are not familiar with crypto at all onto Dougie through TikTok. So we've actually gotten some holders in there. They've been in the Telegram asking questions. So we've been, educating some investors. And what I've noticed, especially talking to them, is, the TikTok lives are off the chain with people live streaming in the pump funds. So like a lot of people are getting wrecked and hesitant. So, they automatically are thinking scam, right? And meme coins that are shilling on, TikTok, if you're not like Punk A or one of the, Moo, the accounts with big views. But ours is growing, man. So I love TikTok. The content you can create on there is endless with the memes. And just seeing the numbers grow and onboarding, people that are outside of X, Twitter X into Telegram. It's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, we're heavy on TikTok. I love it.
And currently, what is your follower account right now on TikTok?
Let's check. We don't have too much followers, but the analytics, the data, the numbers are really good. So I think we're over in the few months, we're over 100K views. But as far as followers go, we only have 114 and then 2,600 likes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we get a lot of views.
That's awesome. That is incredible. That, it's always hard to go from views. Like I see it in the opposite too. I see like people have 30,000 followers, but they only get 4 looks on or views on something. What about you, Nohat? Where do you sit at with TikTok in that process?
Yeah, so we do have TikTok. We haven't been posting that much. I think one of the coins that it's pumping today is called Red Note, with all the news that it's coming about TikTok and being being one of the I think the most downloaded app on Apple or something, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny thing, because one of our decisions in December was, okay, we are going to move in this direction, which is to look for retail, for when retail comes. And one of our options was to be to have a profile in all the Chinese media. So we do have a Red Note profile. I can show you where we have more than 1K. I'm gonna post a link on our private chat.
Okay, I'm not going to be sharing anything right at the moment. Just more of a discussion.
So where do we have where we actually have more than 1K followers? And
so this is another social platform called Red Note, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that.
So this platform, it's being called TikTok clone. It's not. It's a different one. It's actually it started to be more for female, for more a female audience, and then it's just started to shift. And we have a profile there. It's 1K followers, and it's growing massively. And it's quite amazing to us that actually, while TikTok isn't working, and I think it's probably because our TikTok is not based in US, so it's based in Europe, so we are not getting that kind of the following that we wish for a crypto project.
Okay.
In the Red Note, it's working amazing, and it's
Got
giving
to be a
us
little bit careful. I don't want to keep dropping Red Note in there. There wasn't a shield for Red Note or anything, so it's more about the TikTok mentality. But I understand there's a shifting that you can get to. Great. Retirement Coin, PD. How is your community work with TikTok and that process over there?
We're just talking about this morning, so we're definitely 100% leaning in.
I kind of lost you there, bud. You went muted a little.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
All right. So as a community, we're definitely leaning in to TikTok. I mean, these socials are just, a tool, right?
Yeah.
A tool to get exposure. And we don't want to leave any one of these socials out. We did have to rebuild and start a brand new TikTok. In the US in 4 days, it potentially will be banned. And just some context, I'm not shilling Red Note, but this is what everyone's looking at to transition over to from TikTok to Red Note if it indeed gets banned in the US. But yeah, we're all for it, and we're leveraging the talent within the community in regards to folks that can do video animation for us and different posts and run that our retirement TikTok. But a lot of other folks within the community have set up their own TikToks, tying it back to retirement, and we're all promoting in addition to our main retirement TikTok page.
That sounds solid. I mean, so I guess everybody's using, as I said, we use it in a format to put out our little memes and our video shorts of all kinds of stuff out there. It is a degen tool if it can be utilized to that level. And so at this point now, from hearing from all the panelists and anybody can chime in here. I just want to make sure that we kind of give each other a chance to come in with new alternatives coming in. What do you think about the banning of TikTok, though? Like, do you see this as anybody here and in the chat room too? Please, if you're watching this, fill in some stuff. Tell us what you think about TikTok, and is it something that should be banned, or why is it being banned to this level? What do you think? I don't even care about the conspiracy theories. Like, I want to know, if there's such an issue with the Chinese and being on board with that process, like, we're worried about security and everything else, or is it more they just want to shut us up so that we can have something that we can utilize with this? What does my panelists think about why that they're banning? Should they ban it, and why do you think they are?
Oh, retirement here, PD. So what we've been hearing is, it was initially it's Chinese owned, right? And the U.S. was afraid that they were collecting data, right? And this is going to go to the Supreme Court. This has been happening for a while. Don't laugh at me.
No, I know.
And the agreement is they want to purchase it. The U.S. wants to own it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the fear in regards to why it's being banned in the U.S.
So this is more like we attack Iraq because we want the oil. They kill it so we can have the ownership of it. That's fucking pathetic.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
Yep.
absolutely, I hear you.
Well, they don't want to own it all. They just want to own the U.S. part of it.
Correct.
Yeah, that is
And I
true.
mean, there is a valid concern there. I mean, China is a communist country, and we are kind of trading blows with them at the moment. So whether or not they're collecting data, I think, is a trivial question because, of course,
Everything.
I mean,
everything fucking collects
Right.
data. My calculator knows exactly what I had for lunch today. It's like, what the fuck? But it's like, I've been screaming this for years, like the conspiracy behind Google and, even some of the stuff out there. Let's go back, really, ready? MySpace. Let's look at that. The hackathons that happen with that goddamn platform. But everything that you have, Google being, I think, the biggest perpetrator of them all, because they've given our information and sold it to, companies that can use it for data scraping and, find out exactly what we like and don't like, your kink to your prize, whatever it may be. So, but banning TikTok, I think banning it is going over the extreme. Create controls through it, create us have the availability to shut our information off or have control of it, but to ban it, I don't know. What else does like everybody else think? What do you think, Dougie? Do you think that this really does need to be banned?
No, man, I don't think it needs to be banned. Yeah, they can set, certain parameters on it, but to me, I love TikTok, and one reason I love it is because it's like a fair game for content creators. All the other ones are pick and choose. So I'd say it has like the most free algorithm is what I'm trying to say, I guess, for average people to go and make awesome content and then get the views they deserve. I don't think it should be banned.
Yeah, so I'm right there with you. I think the biggest thing for me, and I know in this chill portion, I just want to let everybody know we're approaching quickly up to 1,100 watchers. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show, where we talk about all things crypto in this beautiful format, in this brand new house we have of things that we're here. We're here and joined by some awesome panelists, Dougie on Soul, the Retirement Coin, and No Hat, along with my co-host, Amos Burton from Shogun, and Crypto Quinton, and myself, Trader Max. But we're hitting 1,100 now. Who's in the race? We're still in the race format here. I just want to keep everybody in mind. Shogun Crypto is at 437. Approaching fast. Retirement Coin at 407, only 30 away. Go find 30 people to bring in. Try to catch up to us. No Hat on Soul, of course. Dougie on Soul at 143. No Hat on Soul out of the main. We won't count Trader Max, who's sitting at 44 or 54, and Trader Max, who's sitting at 3. If he gets to 5, I'm going to give away a prize. I don't know. Who knows? But
Max, real quick,
yeah.
do you kind of want to explain what that breakdown is for people who might not know?
Yeah, absolutely. So what this breakdown is when the panelists, one of the jobs of the panelists when you come into the show is that you have to share your authorize your TikTok, your Twitter feed to let me get my screen back up here again. So you can see it. I'll show you the best representation here. And I haven't done it in a few minutes. So these are old numbers that are in here. But I want you to see that, right? And so you can actually share our stream that we have through your Twitter account. And you can kind of see like here's Shogun Crypto. Yeah, and then the Retirement Coin has their own Twitter with our stuff on it. So it says Retirement, Shogun, you can put in your own little thing. Join Dougie on the Shogun Gun Show and have his own thing here. This is so amazing, right? So that's pretty cool. So when you're a panelist, you get a lot of great features of being here. Plus being a panelist on the show gives you an opportunity. We're going to clip a lot of this stuff and send you the clips of your Shill, some of the alpha stuff that you can release later, and some of your chill time, some of you talking about different projects, whether or not things should be banned or what have you. But that's basically that too. All right, so we're on the topic here. We're in the chill portion of the show, which is all about should TikTok be banned? Now, I know we like to talk about things at crypto. 1,100 just got hit. Look at that right off the bat. I don't know. Somebody's pushing a button around here a lot, right? I love it. And listen, this is concurrent. This means this is live viewers. And if I do this here, you'll see that I'm not shitting. This is a real, let me bring up the show thing right there. You can kind of see this is a real fucking scenario. right? This isn't something somebody back like we got millions. This is exactly the count that we have, and it's live viewers, not views, not just somebody who's seen it. This is live concurrent visitors that are here on the site, different IPs on the system, and each one has the breakdown as you can cut. Oh, I lost somebody over at Trader Max. That's terrible, but that's where we're at right now. So we're in our chill portion of the show where we're talking about the banning of TikTok. Now, in this part of it, if they don't ban it, do you trust it? Right? Because right now, some of us, because we got 4 days, like some of us are using TikTok a lot. Do we continue to use it? Do we hedge? What do we do? Are we going to use TikTok if they say, let's say they come up with some Hail Mary, like, yes, we got a reserve, like we got a stay of execution, if you will. Do we continue to use it and do we trust it? And I would like to hear from the panelists on that. Anybody?
Should I go?
Yeah, please. Just jump right in. This
Yeah.
is a friendly conversation.
I just think it's a little bit stupid, and hopefully I hope Elon Musk steps in and buy a portion of it.
Buy the TikTok. I don't want Elon Musk to buy it because I'm like, okay, take your Monopoly hats, take them to the.
Because what are you talking? What are we talking about? Like, are we going to stop TikTok to be, when it's one of the most important social medias right now? It doesn't make sense. So, to us, we are going to continue to use it, and we just need to do better for ourselves, but definitely we are not updating TikTok.
Gotcha.
TikTok is a global expansion as well.
Yeah.
So
what about you, Dougie? What do you think? You're going to continue, like if they do ban it, are you going to put those eggs in that basket in case they are, or if they do, like say postpone it, are you going to continue to use it or squeeze every dime out of it as you possibly can? Doug, you still there, bud? All right. What about you, retirement coin? What about you, PD? What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. We definitely want to leverage it, and we do not want it to be banned, and we want to use it 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So absolutely one.
And
now, what about? Go ahead.
So I was gonna say on that note, like, no matter what your like viewpoint of it is, I think the numbers for it speak for itself for just how interactive not only the video format is, but also the algorithm and the spread. It's so big for a reason.
I'm trying to stop that there. You're absolutely right. Like there is this whole process. Like I'm going to share over to my screen right now. Try to pull this back up so you can see. As I look at our network, I see like we have 15K in followers here, right? And the process is, in most cases, I would say, okay, this is botted, but it's not. It was really done by a handful of people, my brother being one of them, and others that were in filling this out. But this process of when we deliver that we get shadow banned in this mentality, and the final is like, yes, this is a free process. Like, how could we go from like we have 900 to 1,000 to here's 103 fucking K? Come on, as everybody knows, I don't bot anything in. This isn't, maybe somebody did. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But it's like, how can one thing have 103K and then sit next to a 626, right? And I mean, we have a lot of content we put out. We love ripping people's heads off, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Beheading people that kind of fuck with us and do all that stuff. But in this network of our, we have a lot of views in our process. But the network itself is like the shadow banning thing. And I know you can get shadow banned in Twitter and just about every single thing out there. How much do we put our eggs in that basket of building the network? So, all right. As a final, does anybody else have anything to say on the topic, Mr. Amos or Doug, if you're still here?
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as using it or not using it, I don't really use it myself, but I think people will continue to use it until the bitter end. And and another thing, someone brought up the red note thing. I know we don't want to talk too much about that, but it's good to note that is also a Chinese application. So I mean,
yeah. And when and how long is this going to when are they going to be like, okay, we're used to banning stuff, now let's give Red Note a little time, and we're going to ban them too. So that's why I wasn't really getting into the whole shill thing just yet, right? Like we're going to find alternatives. There's like, Trump's thing, TruthNet, and all this other stuff that's out there. There's so many. I haven't even talked about Facebook or social integration or all this other stuff. The old ways of doing Facebook and that mentality. So there is a lot to consider. All right. Anybody else have anything else they want to talk about on the topic?
Yeah, one last thing I'll say is the reason why the retirement committee was so open-minded to lean into TikTok is a lot of our community members, and Emotion Mafia being one of them, but a lot of others were impacted, introduced to the crypto space through TikTok.
Gotcha.
So we don't want to leave. We don't want to leave. Yeah, we don't want to leave that generation out. That's where they're learning about what we're doing over here.
And that's a great fundamental to talk about here in future shows is how do you create that viral story to be told through these short-term content delivery systems, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all this other stuff. In TikTok being banned a few times I've seen, coins lose their entire accounts because the things that were said, they were too violent or too degen, if you will. Like on YouTube, you can't go as degen as you can like in TikTok, which is another thing, that freedom of expression and value. Also, the playing of music, it seems to be more open in TikTok than it is over on YouTube, because you'll get like copyright infringement stuff. You get 2 violations, you can lose your entire account. And for me personally, I have like 40 something accounts in YouTube for my main system, which probably should have put all those eggs in that basket, but that's where we sit at. But I think you're right. There is a freedom there. We're going to continue to use it until they shut it off and it's flatlined at that point. All right. At this time, let's give a little running count here. 1,173, vastly and quickly approaching 1,200 viewers to the show. I think if all of you agree, this has been a huge success. I would have loved to see 20,000, 30,000 people. But as I looked at everybody's accounts where we're at, I kind of had a feeling that we were going to get to this point. But intrinsically growing so fast. We got numbers here. We got more numbers. Shogun Crypto's at 464. Vastly right behind us. Retirement coin, 446. Doug Soul 155. No Hat 53. Mr. Trader Max at 54, still sitting at 54, and Trader Max YouTube channel sitting at 2. So tiresome. That YouTube is a way of the past. I think we may be talking about why are they banning YouTube next week. I don't know. Why are we not using YouTube as much as a pro first? So, all right. Down below, we've had some people coming in. I'm going to do this. I don't know if Humblebee is still here. Just real quickly, let me see if I add the stage, Tree and Cats there. I'm going to even add in Motion in here too. We have a lot of people up here. Does anybody here, just like a push, do you have TikTok? What's your account? Make sure you share that in your chats and stuff. Get your socials in that network in there as well. But those guys that are here, Tree and Cat, thank you so much for being here today. We're going to get into this next segment here. But if anybody has anything to say about TikTok that wasn't in the panel that I just brought up to the screen, if you want to come out, we got a couple of seconds here to say something. You guys all good?
Seems like they're feeling good.
Feels like they're feeling good. I'm going to move you from the stage and bring you back down. Because you guys some things to do. Remove from stage. Who else was there? Did it? Yep. Okay. So in this next segment, which one was it? In this next segment, we're going to be talking about the alpha. Now, the alpha. I gotta set some ground rules. We know what they are. If any one of my panelists have something that's moving and grooving that you already have, and it can't be something conceptual, it can't be like, yes, in a couple of years we want to have the playground and put our name on the slide, right? That has to be like you have it. If it's NFT, you already have it working. It's about to release. It's pre-release, right? An alpha is not about it's released and we've already been advertising. It's been out for a couple of weeks, but you can have people that are using it or your team is using it. It's like sort of usually kept to the inside. And this alpha is about what's not what we want to happen in the future, but what is happening in the future. So make sure you keep that in mind as we get into this next stage of alpha. Now, if you don't have alpha, that's okay. You just say, pass on this time and we'll release it out in a different show. But when you do get alpha, when you're ready to put alpha out there, I hope that you show up here to deliver it, because you want this 1,192 people, 93 people watching and seeing and being a part of this network, which is super powerful. But let's do it in the opposite this time. We're going to start. Of course, Dougie's going to be in the middle. Retirement coin right now. What do you got? You got anything in alpha about to come out and some stuff to come on?
We do. We got something very exciting. So I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we're like days away from an NFT launch that we're extremely excited about. One of the folks, multiple people on the team and working on this. Like we said, we have developers, artists, and it'll be of the Wojak. So yeah, we're very excited about getting that launch out. And once it's official, Max will definitely let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be out there in our network. Of course, I misspelled it, but it'll be out there in the network, and we'll make sure that we share it amongst all of our networks and in the process. So your alpha that you got coming is your NFT, which is going to be powerful. You're going to have a lot of fun. You already have an internal network, keeping the numbers low and all that stuff. Make sure that you sell out. These are one of the things why we didn't throw our NFT out there right away, which has been pretty cool. But in that solution. So I'm loving the fact that, the NFT and you have a crew that's working on this, and your crew is so vast. Like, you have so many people in there just kicking ass and taking names with this. And what do you speculate the success rate to be? Do you have it low enough that you're going to sell out like almost immediately, or is it something that you're going to have a big release with it?
So initially it won't be big. It'll be in a little over 1,000. But yeah, we do expect it to sell out pretty quick.
Yeah. And do you have like an initial cost that it's going to be when it comes out, or are you still kind of working all those numbers out?
Working those numbers out. I want to say, I believe it was at $30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I can see that going a little viral. And do you got some royalty packages on it too? So this is like you're going to be making some money on resale?
100%. So in the objective there is the royalty. We're looking at 5% to come back into the treasury, the multi-sig wallet for retirement.
Sweet. Smart. You get some money up front, get some of that reoccurring money. Yummy. And of course, if alpha that's out there already, well, not even really alpha, but Nohad doing their stuff as well. But we'll come and talk to them in a second. But thanks for sharing that. I can't wait. As we do, when you're ready to, pre-release that, make sure we're putting a show together to kind of get that out there. It doesn't have to be in one of these times too. Like now, the community is going to need help, because everybody and their mother's going to be doing this way of broadcasting shows now. If they're not, they're idiots at that point. So I'll help you guys as much as I possibly can. Help us in that found as
100%.
well.
And what we'll have the person that's really behind the NFT. They could be the person that can come on and talk to it.
Yeah, we can kind of show the minting solution and all that kind of stuff. We would also love your help as well over at Shogun from that. Before we get out the next person, who's going to be Dougie, to talk about his alpha, just got to let you know, you're watching the Shogun Gun Show here on whatever platform you're watching it on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitter, or maybe not even Shogun Crypto's Twitter. Maybe it's the retirement Twitter. Maybe it's the Dougie on Soul Twitter. Maybe it's the No Hat Twitter. Whatever it is, find their Twitters and go to it and, support them a little bit. 1,201 people here on the Shogun Gun Show. We're in our portion of the show called the Alpha Release, which means that you get to come out and talk about something that you're physically working on, not something that you want to build and design maybe for the future, but something right now in front of your face in this point. And so we're going to bring out Dougie. Dougie, you got anything to share with us on Alpha Series?
Yeah, man. So just some of the things, that are we're working on, hopefully, be some of the short-term things, as this industry is just growing, right? We really plan to make our mark in Web3, more than just a meme coin. So, we're building a business around this brand and, trying to bring our IP into some retail spots, with incentives of getting into cryptocurrency. So super excited for this trademark because, once that's complete, builds our credibility a lot, and going to be able to help us, navigate those different avenues. And then we are also, working out to actually build a Dougie animation series. We have a really, really cool original character. And think like, Family Guy, Brian Family Guy style, the life of Dougie, him having a family and just being, degenerate meme coin gambler. So, really funny content. So that's the next step on that. And of course, we're just going to continue pushing like we do every day. And the real focus is in 2025 is just growing this community into that cult-like community. We want people to believe in, and we want people to know it's a safe investment.
Yeah. And that is pretty important, is to know that the alpha that's coming and the things that you're doing is all about progress and building and securing your brand and your name. Alpha to be, we're going to come out with an ice cream flavor. If you're an ice cream coin, then fuck yeah, let's go. And so keeping it in brand, keeping it in line is always really important, especially here on the Shill portion or the alpha portion of this network. But thank you very much, Dougie, man. It is so good to connect with you again. I always love your positiveness and just your thought of what you want to build and how you want to do it.
Yeah, dude. When you get a chance, go check out some of the merch on our merch shop at Dougie'sWorld.com.
Loving it. Good job. I will definitely do that. All right, No Hat. You're gonna open this up and you're gonna tell us, what do you got for Alpha? You got anything coming in? It's okay if you don't, but what do you got going for it?
Yeah, man, we do. We've been working on some merch, tote bags, clothes, but also toys. So we're preparing a line of puffy No Hat toys, and we are about to launch a music video album with the videos being mostly with that early 2000s feeling. So again, we went backwards and not relying on AI to do the stuff. And we have a DJ in Hong Kong, some DJs across Europe, and we are going to start streaming DJ parties.
Sweet. That is amazing. I love that. I think one of the things, like when you can find this, because he looks like the No Hat dog looks like a party animal. Like, I'm sorry, he's like with some of those PFP or NFTs that I see, he's got the David Bowie hair and the glasses and ready to go, man. It looks fucking awesome. I love it. Well, thank you very much for sharing. I do appreciate that. I'm going to jump in here and just kind of throw out a few things here. Now, on this particular alpha that I'm going to talk about right now, we've already have that's out in what we call MVP, right? Most valuable product is out right now, is our Anvil bot and our Shogun Tsunami bot. These are all volume systems that are out there. They're service-oriented systems. But what we've been working on over the last several months, a couple of months here, is a concept of a market analytics network called Shogunix. Now, Shogunix is just one part of the alpha series that I'm going to talk about today. But why I'm telling you this today and what we're going to show you here is something called a launchpad. And this isn't your everyday launchpad. This is a very powerful system that I want all of you to know that is geared towards making pump funds safe. How can I do that? Well, it's coming up with a concept on how do we make pump funds safe for people to be able to use pump fund, almost like a pink sale pre-sale system, a fair sale, if you will. And simply enough, by creating a generational network system that uses smart contracts to protect those that want to use pump fund. Come up with a great idea. You launch the system. You fill in all the information. Okay. You put in how much you want to raise to put into pump fund at that point, and this will give you all of your holders, your people that you want to bring into it, availability to pre-sale and pre-launch right onto pump fund without the worry of snipers and all that kind of stuff. But this program also delivers a solution that gives you an opportunity to raise money for it, feature into the process, and as it fires, if you do reach your goal, will fire over into pump fund and is unruggable. What do I mean by that? Well, the owner of whoever builds the dev can only buy through his own coin from this position. He can only buy from here. It's not like over in Pump Fund where they buy first and then their next team has to PvP in. This is a fair sale system. And what this will do is that it'll give you an opportunity to fire off a project through Pump Fund with smart contract safety here. Up until the point of launch, your people can remove their money if they want with no effect. Once it fires over to Pump Fund, you can remove the money from the process, but you can't do anything for the first 30 minutes. We'll have some stuff down here. So the first 30 minutes, these numbers can all change. So this might be 7. We might be lowering or raising this depending, but that first 30 minutes, you can't do anything, but 30 minutes to an hour, you'll get a hit with 15%. What this does is that it keeps your people staying in the network. But even if the dev were to leave and take his money out, the coin will still be there and will still fire into the network. That's the real power here, that the dev, even if you were to leave, would be a process. It won't be it doesn't rug the entire coin. So the dev can't pull out everything from this system. You would remove your money from the front side of the network. And this is super, super powerful there. What this will also do is will give you opportunity for us as Shogun to be involved with your coin, with that process, because we're going to give you all the tools and systems in there. We're going to back you. We're going to give you website design features and the bots. If you sign up with the lifetime, we call it the lifetime agreement, where you give us a certain amount of supply with the network, and we give you all the tools and back you and push you. And yes, we will have times when, but they'll be systematic. Like at 100,000, we remove 5%. We do all that at 200,000. We want your success to be our success, and we'll be transparent with it at every point. There's no emotion involved with it. It's all automatic. There's no changing it. It's all automatic. But with that, you get all of our tools, all of our great tools in the Shogun Web Forge, our Anvil bot, some of our other volume bot systems that we'll have, our RAID systems, everything, our portals, everything that you'll have with that network. So lots of great stuff coming for that system here in this portion of our show called the Alpha Series in that network. As we have a couple more minutes to burn, if Bumblebee, let me add you back up to stage, and Tree and Cat, if you have something that you want to come out with, if you have some alpha, I'm going to give you some time here if you'd like. Bumblebee, are you still there, bud? He might just stayed on just so he can listen in the background. That's okay. Tree and Cat, you still there?
I'm here, Max.
There you go, bud.
Let's see.
You got any alpha to share? Anything new coming in with the Gulf of Mexico? The Gulf of America?
Sorry, Max. I'm very delayed here. I just turned my volume back up since I'm next to Duff.
Okay. You're listening over there.
Yep.
You buggers. I swear to God. I love you.
Tell me the question again. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We want to know, do you like clowns? No. We wanted to know, did you have any alpha for the Gulf of America?
Gulf of America is chugging away. We built a new Telegram channel for large holders. I'm really encouraging people to become a large holder here because at current market cap, it's not hard to do. If you have $300-400, you are a large holder. You need to have 0.35% of the supply, and that's 3.5 million tokens. You can do that with just a couple $100, and then save the rest of those funds, because we have a multi-signature wallet. It's going to be a marketing and strategic planning fund, and this is a way to take your investment in Gulf of America, split it in half for the token so that you have skin in the game, and half for this fund. And we will invite you into the large holders channel. We will get people in as part of the planning process, because the wallet is multi-sig. There are multiple points of failure. We make sure that everyone gets to vote. Everyone gets to be part of the decision-making process. And Gulf of America is going to be staying in touch with the news cycle, making sure that we are front and center on all Twitter postings about this historic event that's going to be happening within the next month or two. And up until then, there's just going to be so many opportunities to get in as this thing goes through waves in the news cycle. So that's the main alpha. We're also working on some products that we'd like to release. As you know, Duff and I have a full fulfillment warehouse with a fulfillment team. We're shipping out 100 to 200 packages a day when we're busy, and a great marketing team, as you know, with the work that we've all done together on Shogun. So I would just suggest anyone who's interested, hop in the Telegram and become part of this community. I think it's going to be really exciting over the next few weeks. So I'll put that into the chat.
I would like to see it happen, like it become the Gulf of America, because then the Pacific Ocean is going to be called something else then next. I can tell you, once it starts, he's a naming fool. He's like, he wanted side streets named after him back when I was a kid. You know, it's like
airplanes, water, steak,
yeah,
university. Right? I mean, look at Atlantic City.
Yeah, right. Be Trump Boardwalk. That'd be about it.
Yeah, rebrand Mexico of America. Who knows?
Mexico of America. Well, he's already trying to annex Canada and take Greenland as well, which is fucking amazing. Little Napoleon, right? That's fucking awesome. All right. Thanks a lot, B. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Tree and Cat, you got anything on the Alpha series that you want to kind of check out? We had a couple extra minutes here.
Yeah, sorry guys. I've been I've got a 2-year-old son, so just been bathing and putting to bed.
Is that the Alpha? You got the 2-year-old
That's the
son?
Alpha.
You've been working on it for a little while.
Where's the Alpha? Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we are gonna put the sort of the game. We're gonna carry on with the game creating, and we're going to put it to the community on what to create next. So I think that's going to be like an integral part of like our development and product roadmap is actually to have it steered by the community. So we'll look at some of these kind of voting tools and these ways to get the sort of product ideation going, and then people to just sort of vote off the back of that, and also to sort of feed their ideas in. But we're kind of like an agency to our community. That's how we kind of pitch ourselves. You know, we've got a few skills in house. We've even got, I'm not sure the guys would appreciate me saying this, but musicians, and they sing. And I've got a couple of them from the admins who've sort of put a song together, one taking the chorus.
Cool. That's cool. I like that.
Some backing music. It's a bit of fun, right? And that's
right.
Fun. So that's kind of where we're going. We're trying to steer the ship in terms of the community being at the wheel and us being an agency to them. So nothing
that's
specific, awesome. But yeah, that's where we're going.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, because there's, aren't we all agencies in some form or another to serve the people that we work with and build out these networks, which are amazing. We have such an opportunity to change. What do they say? It just takes a few good men to do nothing for the world of evil to take over. Yeah. And it's not just men, people, we could say, right? Not to be, politically correct, but it is women and men in this society of this world of crypto. And it's becoming stronger and stronger with each new day because we get tired. As Shogun goes, we developed the tools that we do because we asked, like in the beginning, when I first came to this space, it was that I was asking coins, I wanted to interview them, wanted to talk to them, want to know the trials and tribulations. And I'm a constant, I love to learn, right? I'm a student of everything. Fuck, if I tried to make a resume, it'd be 40 fucking pages long. And I'm not trying to brag. I've done a lot of bullshit in my life, and I've done a lot of great things, but I've always wanted to learn, and I'm a builder. I love building stuff. And as my team knows, right, I build a little too much sometimes, but there is a concept that when you hear what the industry's looking for, you got to move. It's not something be like, oh yeah, we should probably make something different than Deck Screener that charges every single person to have their profile on, but of $299, right? Or Pump Fund just keeps ripping people off. How can we stop it from doing rugs?
Exactly. Yeah.
Who comes up with that? You got companies out there that are like, hey, here's a way to look at Pump Fund and say, all right, here's who's rugged and here who's not, to try to avoid. But with every new way to see somebody who's rugged, there's another way to watch what they've done in the past. So there's like all these things that are out there, but there was no one thing like safe contract value to be able to do that. Boom, we created. There was like the other day, we were like so tired of Spaces fucking rugging us. Like we spend days promoting to get to 75 users in Spaces. Okay, days promoting. Our first show that we did, just by accident, in the first half an hour, we had 80 people, right? And we didn't even promote it. So when we look for things that we change the industry when we do so, because we want to be different. You know, we made our volume bots, Orbit and Fatality Bot, that are out there, charge all this gross amount of money to be in there. And they don't let you have keys to the wallet, and they don't let you have, you know, a timing solution that you can choose the time periodically and pause and start it and stop it. So we did everything that they didn't. We did a lot of what they do. In fact, we get better numbers when they do, because we found some tricks behind the system in there, which has been pretty powerful. But I think the real power here for all of us, as we get down into the next segment of what crypto is and whether or not it's a bull or bear market, is that real power of doing something different. And all of you have demonstrated that. All of you have brought something new to the space. And I want to thank each and every one of you that are here today for taking your time out of your busy day. You panelists that are here sharing your time and your social media with us. And as we get closer, like, I really want to get to 1,300, right? Like, I just want to say, fuck you, world. Send me another 18 people. We're sitting at 1,282 people. And we got Shogun Cryptos sitting at 504, which another huge best in that network. Dougie on Soul, 166. No Hat Solana, 79. Retirement Coin, 474. Trader Max, 56. Hovering in. And we're back to 3 on Trader Max at YouTube. That one person coming back and forth. Thank you very much. All 3 of you people, probably my family members, over on YouTube, having a watch there. But I wanted to say thank you very much to all you guys that are here today. And as we wind down for the show, I really kind of want to stick around just for a moment. If anybody has a topic to talk about or to bring to the stage environment here, this is a little extra at the end, right? This is that little extra. Somebody in the panel, or even some of our other visitors that are up here on the stage, if you have something in this industry you want to talk about, to bring to light, let's do so now. Somebody bring me a topic and we're just going to chuck it in. Or if you got something in the chat you want to kind of throw in, I'm going to scroll all the way down the bottom, look for something else. Somebody give me a topic that we can chuck in at this level to get to 1,300. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, so love what the launch pad that you're building. So I kind of just want to touch back to Pump Fund. I know we were talking about, what are your thoughts on TikTok being banned? What are your thoughts on, Pump Fund being banned? Like, do you think it's been a negative thing for Solana meme coins in general? I mean, I personally do. I think that stuff is like kind of wrecked and made it harder for a lot of real projects trying to build on that chain.
The process here is, yes, I do believe that Pump Fund has been a detriment. One, where the money goes, how it goes, what they've done. It has been very difficult. Mr. Quinton, put a banner down below, please. Of should Pump Fund be a ban? Put all the little dressings on it for me. I personally think like the whole thing behind Pump was originally, it was about the quick and ease of it, right? Like last year, 6-7 months ago, even when, I mean, it's been around for a while. But what it does, it does kind of tell us the general society's mentality in crypto. It is like a litmus test of what the real degen mentality is here, right? Because it does come down to, how people act, the ruggableness of things. But it needs to be there. I think it is a filter for the nonsense, right? But it does have a process of, it is ease of use. It is strong. It tells us, be careful, do your own research, trust but verify mentality. But there was nothing out there that really could protect it, right? Like there was nothing out there. Like people tried to come up with all different ways, and we have found a way to do so. So I think, yes, it still needs to. If it goes away tomorrow, okay, that's all right. Then this system will turn into a launchpad system that launches straight to Radium. In fact, we actually have in our server, like I could have told you the alpha of the other process of launchpad that goes straight to Radium uses like it's a version of Pink Sale with very little money to get into the process, and it does have a validation, a verification process for the coins that go in. But this system for the Shogun X, like you're right, And let's get some other people's viewpoints here as we try. We may not get to 1,300, so we'll exhaust this by letting everybody go through and tell us what your feelings are on Pump Fund. Anybody can go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's banned in the UK. Pump Fund.
It is?
Yeah, UK banned it, so you can't actually access it here now. This is why we went to Moonshots.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, Pump Fund is one thing. It's certainly the making simple process for someone to create a token. Yeah, buy into that completely. But then all of the things that happen in the background, from snipers or bots getting in early, or all sorts of things that I can't pretend to know all the things that do go on. But definitely a launch pad where people think it's fairer and safer. And to couple with that, a marketing pad as well. So you know Dex Screener, 4K for a boost.
Oh,
and
yeah.
those boosts, they work
God.
in the moonshot phase because they, not many people, you know, you've got hundreds and hundreds of projects and not many people then have the funds for that. But when you get into the, you know, you graduate, it's 80,000, 100,000. Some of these rugs are spending on being boosted at the top of the charts.
Yeah.
Now, if you imagine they docked themselves to the system and the system released those identity, if they did rug, they wouldn't do that.
Right. Yeah. You stand a chance to be like, people are going to show up to your fucking door. Let me tell you right now. Like, there's going to be some,
So
you know, it's like
a marketing
where's my soul?
platform that actually does dox people if they behave badly. You know, you have to do that to the exchanges as well. You have to dox yourself to do business with them. So it's like, where's the marketing platforms that are fair? They're cheap. You can't use any of the mainstream because they've banned crypto completely.
Yeah.
So that's a gap as well, you know.
It sure is. I think too is the value of what Shogun X is going to provide out there into the world is a strength and a trust. I think all of our products are that. You know, it's like an example, like Orbit and Fatality. You don't get the keys to your wallet, and that was always a real big thing for me. Is like, you know, and I was talking to one developer and he's like, oh no, don't give them the keys to the wallet because then they have control. And I think that's what I want. I want them to have control, right? I don't want to have control over 50,000 wallets. I want them to have control, be in charge of their own thing. You know, we have one client that bought 12 orders through Shogun Tsunami and just uses the wallets as the way to hold for holders. It's like extra wallets for them. So, and they had keys to it all. And that's big, right? Because now they have control. And I think Pump Fund, it does give you some control in the very beginning, and it does have some little ways to use it. But I really, you know, I see the pump at the last part, and I see some of the successes, and I know some of us are made on Pump Fund. Some of them that are out there. We went through Pink Sale, so we wanted to be able to do this. So, what some other viewpoints that we got in there for Pump Fund? Would anybody else? We need 6 more people to come up in this network to get to 1,300. Then we're like sending the party favors into the sky. Anybody else have any viewpoints on should Pump Fund be banned, or should we keep going down the road with it?
Honestly, that's a weird question. Because like at one end for me, it's like it is what the original crypto is, like a barren place, like no man's land, fight for yourself,
Take your chance.
exactly, like the pure gambling aspect of it.
Yeah, you're a PvPer though too, buddy. So you're like, yeah, throw me in. Oh, you just removed all my money. It's the ultimate wipe. It's the ultimate Rust game, right?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like so brutal.
It is.
Like, you know, I like to play my games where I don't lose couple $1,000, couple $1,000.
Like, could you imagine playing a video game? They're like, oh, I'm sorry, you died. Let me take your money from your wallet, you know, and rip it from your back pocket. That could happen one day. Who knows? But
you know, I'm sure some of us still play with friends that want to turn keep inventory on in some of the games that they play. So
there was I forget, it was a TikTok that was out. It was about this kid who's showing himself, he stalks, and he's like, he rugs in front of everybody, and then he celebrates that he's rugged on the video of this thing, of this stream that he's done. And they came after him. The police came in and they charged him, and they done a whole bunch of things for fraud. And he's like, oh, I didn't know that was illegal to do, and it was fraud at that point. I agree. I think like Pump Fund is a bad place, but I still think we need it. I don't think it should be banned, but I do think we need it. Anybody else have any value on that? Thanks, Quentin, for coming out.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be banned. But definitely there's some of the things that we've seen, like this past month, like with this live streaming of people doing the most horrible things, are kind of questionable, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's as degenerate we may be in the crypto world, there's something about being a degenerate, but also about being, you still got to have some sort of idea of couth, in a way, that you're not, I don't know. It's just, I don't know where it all began at. Was it porn? Was it video games? Was it the anvil on the cartoon character? Was it the Three fucking Stooges where violence and the degen mentality came from? Who knows? The caveman knocking his cave wife out to bring her back to the cave to get his Tyrannosaurus Rex burgers on. I don't know. But I do know that our society of today, with the ADHD, swiping the phone left and right, up and down network, of 50,000 channels and nothing to watch. Who knows where it is? But I do know, like, in the rough of where everybody is at, we have some great people with us here on this particular show at this time. Some great communities that stand behind us. We just need one more person, 1,299 people sitting at this level. And I would really love to see one more person. Go share it with grandma. Go get it out there. It dropped down to 1298. Son of a bitch. But we're sitting here at the last couple seconds here to see if we can get up to that level and have the process happen. 1299 sitting there. All right. So I want to thank each and every one of you as we get through this next phase of the show, which is the closeout. What we've done, what we have built has always been super powerful. In all of our stuff, each one of these communities that are here, from Cheering Cat to Gulf of America, thank you so much. But our panelists mostly here at the network today, Retirement Coin, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and sharing your time in the retirement. I think this was a huge success. Do you feel so as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think PD stepped down, but yeah, 100%.
My headset just went off right at that point.
We appreciate you for having us, Trader Max.
100%. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Dougie, thank you so much for being here today as well, being on the panel and sharing your communities with us, Retirement, as well as Dougie and No Hat. Thanks for sharing your communities and time. Did you enjoy the success of this? Was this a big success for you guys as well?
Oh man, yeah. It was a great show. It was fun. It was to see the numbers of. I didn't know we'd go that high. 150 some live tuned in on the Dougie.
1,300, baby. Right there. As you started talking, man, you're good luck. Keep talking.
Let's go. Let's
right
go.
there,
Pipe
baby. Fucking amazing.
Appreciate you having us, man. It was good to catch up after many months, and glad to see you guys come through and built everything you said you were gonna build in the start. So yeah, man, hats off to you.
Oh, thanks, brother. Yeah, No Hat, right? But you're absolutely right. We built every single thing. Like, you were there in the beginning when we started building stuff, and I don't think there is listen. You could build some. Remember, concepts to production to distribution. Very powerful thought of you can want to build a lot of stuff. You can attempt, and if you build something and it doesn't work, like we built a trading system. Didn't work out because we didn't trust the company. We're still going to build a trading system. We wanted to build our WebForge network. We wanted to be in everybody's hands on every single person. It's still a success. There's a lot of people back there still doing stuff. We wanted to build the volume bots. We built those. We wanted to build a raid to earn bot. We built the beginning part of it, still sitting in alpha, but we're getting to another level with it. But it is about doing exactly what you say, but also finding solution there. I'm sorry, of course, my headset decides that it wants to tell me low battery, bitch. But No Hat, what about you? Did you think that this show was a good show for you? Excuse me while I take my headset off.
Oh, amazing, man. This is, and this whole new thing about streaming it live, it's quite new to us, so amazing. And Dougie kind of stole our line. We were going to say hats off to Shogun. You guys are doing you guys are doing amazing. I think I'm a big fan of Shogun, and I'm really glad to found you and to partner with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. From the Gulf of America down to Tree and Cat, thank you so much for being here today as well. I'm going to, and again, so we had some fails today. You know, some of my boards weren't working. I wasn't going to mess with the stream. 1,314 people. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show here at the end of the show, where we're going to do some final comments and bring some stuff out here. Thank you very much for everybody who showed up today. In the future, if you want to shill the show, make sure you head over to shoguncrypto.com. Hit the spaces button, become a sponsor with our process. This entire show today was brought to you by Crypto or our WebForge network, Panther Pilot, which has been an extreme asset to all of us. That everything that we built from our websites to our forums to our portals, all designed and programmed in that simple drag and drop network back there. Super easy, super fun to use as well. Who would leave with 1,318 people watching the show? But we do have to you got to leave them wanting, right? Now, what's going to happen from here? Simply enough that each one of our panelists will get the show. Of course, they have the show on their streams as well, but we're going to isolate each one of their shills for their shill portion today, and maybe some of their alpha in there as well. We might be able to get to that done. At the same time, for the future, we're going to put all these links inside the videos as well, so they can see on each one of the streams. We're going to pin that up for our panelists in that process as well. And thank each and every one of you for doing this today. When you have new plans and new things coming, please reach out to us. Schedule a show. This is going to explode. We already have a lot of people reaching in our DMs now, asking for time on the show. I hope each one of you enjoyed it. If you watched the show today, make sure you interact whatever place you did. We were in the Dougie on Soul Twitter, on the X. We were in No Hats X. We were in so many other X's in there. We were also in the Retirement Coins X, and I'm pretty sure that they had a lot of people interacting and having fun. I'm going to try to drop by each one of your telegrams if I can for this afternoon as I get ready for my own days. As we end the show here, let me finish off by having this statement, which has already been thanks to all of you, to Crypto Quinton and to Amos. Thank you so much for being my co-host and being my partners in the network. So thanks to both of you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Now, also, I know that we did it last time and we want to do it this time, is the after show VC as well inside the Shogun Crypto's main chat. That link is going to be inside of the chat here soon, so please get a look at that and come join us.
Yeah, come and join us. There's a little after party, little green room action to kind of talk about how the show may come up with other ideas and concepts to do. Also talk about anything Shogun related or your coin related as well. Please come over and join us over there as we try to drop by and see some of you guys as well through your time. All right. So as a final statement and to wrap up this entire show, what it has and what it has become for us is a way to get communication out there. Be clear, be understanding, be simple. You know, it's always so tough to get people in the network by creating these complicated ways to do things. And I think we've made it very simple for you to get part of, to be here, especially with our coin and our network. It is not easy to be a real individual. We all put on a face or a front, especially when we shill. We try to be something more, to be excited and show people what your coin is, what your community is. But coins like No Hat and, of course, Dougie and Tree and Cat and Gulf of America, these are run by people, and Retirement Coin are run by people that are real. And we've made this connection with them. You can go into spaces and listen to 1,000 people talk. But here you heard today some real power and some real passion behind what we have. Make sure you go over to shoguncrypto.com. Join us as a sponsor. Join us as a panelist. Come in, shill. These buttons are going to be all over the place. There's going to be a lot, so make sure you pay attention to the show as it comes up. I'm Trader Max. I appreciate all of you for being here today. And if you've been watching this on Shogun Gun Show, we had 1,320 people watching. And you want to be a part of this show, make sure you check us out where I said. All right, guys. Have a great day. Up next at the very last value here, that's going to be an outro. It might be a little loud, so be prepared for yourself. We thank you all We'll see you next time. And as we like to say here, the best revenge is living well. That means that all your haters and baiters out there hate the fact that you do well. So go out there and live well. Take care. See you next time. And as always, live well. Okay.